Hello. Hi, Mario. Corina, I don't know if you're there. Your camera's not on, so I can't see you. Hi, Corina, turn the camera on. Very nice. Camille, hi, Julia. Is Gael coming today, Julia? No. Okay. João, Lucia, Cecilia. Hi, beautiful. So good to see you. Oh. Guys, as we're setting up, if you have some pillows that kind of like long, like this, not so important, but if you want, you can use it when we do a child's pose to put it like this. So anything you can find in your house, you can roll up a blanket, towels, or some long cushions like this, so that you can get comfortably into this pose in a few moments, okay? So you can also do without, of course, no problem, but it's a little bit more supportive and yummy if you have something on your belly today. My Russian sister. Good to see you. You made it. Yes. Amazing.
Nice to see you.
Yeah, so good to see you, beauty. Buckle up, because today we're going on a journey. Let's see what time it is. All right. Evie, wow, long time. You guys are resurfacing from many years ago, lots of you. So nice. Beautiful. So my loves, today I prepared a back bending class. So the focus of the class will be a lot about opening the front part of the body, our chest, shoulders, yeah, stomach, all of this. And we do a gentle compression in the back, okay? So depending on your body and your experience and your practice, you might feel throughout the practice some discomfort in your, let's say, lower back and spine in general. And if it's a discomfort, it's fine, because when we back bend, we extend the front part of the body, and we compress the back part of the body. So it's quite normal that we feel a little discomfort as we're doing the back bends. But discomfort is very different than pain, okay? So I'm saying this now because I want you all to be safe, and you're the only one that knows what's happening in your body, right? Me, especially from the other side of the world, perhaps, very hard for me to see. So if you feel a stabbing, sharp, kind of needling sensation, that's when I want you to move away from the back bend, okay? If it's just a slight discomfort, you feel it like tightening and pressing, compressing, yeah, that's what we're doing, okay? But no needle, sharp, stabbing sensations in the body. If that happens, you take a breath and you slowly exit out of the pose, okay? Why don't we all start? Oh, we got a few new. Hydra, Ivy, oh my God, you guys make my heart so warm to see your little face. Molly, hello, hello, everyone. So if you missed anything, I said mainly two important things are class on back bending. And second thing is if you have anything kind of like this that you can use for pose that we're gonna be holding like this, okay? Can be towel, can be blanket, can be cushions. And also you don't need it. So if you don't have it, no problem. So today we're gonna start laying on our bellies. So I'm gonna invite everyone to come to a position where the front of the body is released to the ground. You can choose one side of your face to be on the ground, or if you prefer, you can bring your hands as a pillow and keep your neck in neutral position. So for those that are joining us now, find your way to laying your front body on your mat. Your arms can be by your sides. Your arms can be in cactus shape or pillow, or like a pillow on your forehead. Take a deep breath in, and as you breathe out, allow the body to melt down to the ground. Do that a few times, allowing yourself to fully arrive on your mat today. A few rounds of a nurturing, calm breath in the body. And every time you feel the exhale, see if you can release your body to the ground a little bit more. We're gonna start to work with our breaths a little bit. So you're gonna stay exactly as you are. And I'm gonna start to guide us a tempo through the breath. And we're gonna hold, if it's comfortable for you, you're also gonna hold the breath, all right? So staying exactly as you are, completely relaxed in the body and in the mind, without any expectations or judgment. Connect to your natural breath. And we will begin. I want you to extend your inhales to 1, 2, 3, 4, and hold. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhaling in 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold it in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale out slowly in 4, 3, 2, 1. As you breathe in, feel the body expanding, growing away from the floor for 3, 4. Hold it up there, full lungs. 2, 3, 4. Start to empty it out and feel the body melting down towards the ground. 3,
4. Beautiful. Now find a rhythm. If 4 is too much or not enough, I want you to give yourself a tempo. Can be 3, can be 5. But every time you inhale, think about filling up your belly, filling up your chest. And then when you hold, try to stay as neutral and calm as possible. And then as you exhale, first release the air in the chest and then in the belly. So you inhale, filling up the belly, the ribs, and the chest. You hold with all full breath in. And when you start to exhale, you exhale first the air that's in the chest, then the ribs, and then the belly. Got 3 more rounds on your own time and rhythm. If the retention is too much, you simply inhale and exhale. The same time, same length of inhale, same length of the hold, same length exhale. Make sure when you're inhaling, you're filling up the entire body with a full yogic breath, meaning that the breath goes into the belly, into the ribs, and also to the chest. And you hold all of that in with all 3 parts of the body full of air before you empty it out. When we're breathing like this, laying on our stomach, we activate parts of our lungs that we don't usually activate when we breathe standing up or laying on our backs. So we use the back part of the lungs that many times is left with some old stale air. So this is very cleansing practice and expands the capacity of the lungs. So I want you to keep going until you finish your rounds. You can do anything from 3 to 5 or more. If you have done at least 3 and you feel that that's enough for you, I want you to start to lift yourself up into your forearms. So please do not rush. Make sure you finish all your rounds of breath, and then simply you're just gonna come up to your forearms. Yes, that's it. Our first pose is gonna be a yin. Today we traveled from yin to yang again because we liked it very much last week, right? So our first pose looks like this. Very simple pose, but can already start to cause slightly discomfort in the lumbar spine, okay? You don't need to hold anything up. I want you here to simply drop it. Drop everything. Relax your bum, relax your legs, relax your feet. Your shoulders may go up to the ears. You do not want to hold yourself up, okay? You just want to simply drop. Now you can decide what you want to do with your head. You don't need to look at me. We're going to be here for a minute doing nothing. So you can release your head down all the way. You can bring your head up and back all the way, or you can simply gently hold it up if it's more comfortable for you. Also, if you got a cushion, a pillow, or anything, you can also rest your head there. So it looks like you all have found your poses. Just do a little check, see if your glutes are completely relaxed, if your stomach is completely relaxed. You come to a natural state of breath. Training the mind to simply be. Moving away from the doing and stepping into the being.
Very nice. You have an option to remain here for 1 more minute, or if you feel that you have a little bit more space in your body, you can start to lift yourself up using your hands. Now, the more space you have in your body, the more you can walk your hands towards your hips. Okay, please do not rush it. This is just the beginning of our practice, and perhaps it's still early morning where you are. So don't go too fast, too soon. All right, so anywhere from being on your forearms, maybe you're just gonna be here, yeah? And if it's okay, you can start to walk a little bit closer to you with your hands. And then again, please be mindful to relax the body, okay? It's not an active pose, it is a passive version of this. Now we're going more into the lumbar spine and more into opening the front part of your body. So it's a little bit active because you actually have to hold yourself up here, but see what you can disengage without losing the pose. So how much effortless can you make this pose be? Breathe into any discomfort you might be feeling in your spine. Make sure your butt is still released, your legs are still disengaged, your feet are soft. The last few moments here. And slowly, you're gonna start to push yourself back to a child's pose. Now, if you got those cushions, you can bring them in between your legs. You separate your knees, bring the big toes together, and you're gonna melt here in a very yummy, juicy version of child's pose. You should feel a nice release in the lower back area. And here, while we're here laying in our child's pose, see if you can breathe into your lower back. See if with awareness, you can direct your breath to your lower back and feel the expansion and the creation of space on the inhale. Maybe even a stretch. And then as you exhale, feel it just surrendering and melting. Inhale, feel the lower back expanding, stretching and opening just with the breath. And as you exhale, just let it melt. Do 5 more breaths on your own time. When you finish these 5 conscious breaths into the lower back, you can just release the breath and allow it to be natural. And just stay here for a few more moments. Melting into this yin energy. Yin energy
It's passive. It's caring. It's the energy of contemplation, observation. Beautiful. And we're going to start to roll up. Vertebrae by vertebrae. Let your arms and head be heavy. Roll up. The head is the last thing to come up. Then we move the cushion to the side. Bring the hands in the ground to the floor in front of you into an all fours position. You're just gonna flow through a few cat and cows to get the spine a little bit more ready. So when you exhale, tuck in your tailbone, separate your shoulder blades, and bring the chin toward the chest. On the inhale, first start with the hips, the butt sticks up. Then you open the chest, then you gaze up, and you bring the shoulder blades together. The hips begin. Exhale, round, and tuck your tailbone. And then from there, around the upper spine, separate the shoulder blades and tuck your chin into the chest. On the inhale, first you stick your bum out, and then that comes opening the chest and the neck. Bring the shoulder blades together and open. 3 more rounds at your own rhythm. The movement starts on the hips, and the hips brings the rest of the spine, and finally the neck. When it's time to open, the hips will bring the rest, and then the chest will open, and the neck will open as well. Follow the rhythm of your breath, trying to elongate, expand your inhales and your exhales. Nice Perni, very good guys. Nice Hydra. Separate those shoulder blades, do wave, round the upper back. Beautiful, Holly. Nice. After your 3 or 5 rounds here, come to a neutral position with the spine. Leave your hips above your knees and start to walk your hands forward, trying to bring the chest down. Now, if you have very tight shoulders, you might want to spread your arms wider than your shoulder width. You might also want to bend your elbows. If you have quite open shoulders, then you bring your hands closer together, and you can even bend your elbows and bring the palms together. Right, so any variation of melting hearts, right? The chest wants to go down. You can choose what's comfortable for your neck, either your chin on the ground or your forehead on the ground or one ear on the ground. And then you start to melt your heart down towards the ground. You okay, Zoe? Nice. Nice variation, Mario. Very good for me. Nice, João. Try to melt this heart a little bit further down to the ground, but without forcing, huh? Do not force anything. By surrendering, by releasing, and by breathing, is how we find spaces in the body. Never by pushing and forcing your body into some specific shape that you've decided that's a good idea. So listen to your body and let the body settle into the pose as you remain present and aware of the sensations happening inside of you. These sensations might be physical, but might also be emotional, energetical, spiritual, and mental. So honoring anything you find along the way throughout these long holds. See if the body starts to create some resistance. Take a breath in and invite the body to relax a little bit more. Last few moments. If the hands are becoming numb, not so good, I want you to bend your elbows and release the pose a little bit. All right? If it's just a little tingling sensations and things like that, it's good. Okay? So before you leave this pose, I want you to take 3 deep conscious breaths into the center of your chest. You breathe into your heart 3 times. Very mindful. And when you finish those 3 breaths, you're gonna lower yourself back down into child's pose with the support of the cushions if you liked it, or without if it wasn't good for you. So take those yummy breaths into the heart and then settle into a rebound in your child's pose. Particularly, I like after this one to bring my arms by the sides of my body and allow the shoulders to melt down to the ground. But find what works for you. Any juicy, yummy spot that you can go. We're gonna be here for 1 minute. Slowly start to roll up vertebrae by vertebrae. Remove the cushion from your mat. Bring the hands in front of you. Tuck your toes and take yourself back to a downward facing dog. You can pedal your heels out. You can do any movement that feels good for you to move a little bit of the energy after some yin poses. As we're gonna start moving towards the yang part of our practice. So the yin practice is genius to remove the blockages of energy that happens inside the energy channels of the body. And once we have removed these blockages, we can get our yang practice to make the energy flow through those channels that have been unblocked, right? So magic can happen. Bend your knees, look in between your hands, take a step with your right foot, step with your left foot, spread your feet about hip width apart, relax your head down, you can hold on to your elbows, you can swing side to side, say yes, say no. Drop the hands down, bend your knees, and slowly start to roll up with your head hanging, your arms hanging in front of you. You roll, stacking vertebrae by vertebrae on top of each other. And then you lift your arms, you interlace your fingers, and you give yourself a nice stretch. And then side to side, anything that feels good. And release. All right, now let's get this energy moving. So from Samasthiti, with the mounds of big toes together and the heels slightly apart, I want you to start to engage your Ujjayi breath, breathing through the nose, creating that sound in the back of our throats. Start to ignite the inner fire, expanding the rib cage in all directions as you breathe in, and allow the rib cage to come together as you breathe out. Next time you breathe in, lift also your arms, look up. Exhale, fold forward from the hips all the way down, release the head. Inhale, come up to half back, a half lift, flat back. Exhale, plant your hands down on the ground, step back, lower down, chaturanga dandasana. Inhale, open the chest. Take a moment here, roll those shoulders back and down. Bring the top of the feet on the floor. Now you're very active. Remember that first pose we did? It was this version, but then, right? Now you're active. Legs strong, top of the feet down, navel in towards the spine. Shoulders back and down. Chin slightly up, but the back of the neck is still long. And gaze slightly up towards the ceiling. Breathe in. And as you breathe out, take it to downward facing dog. 5 breaths. Spread out your fingers on your mat. Roll those shoulders away from the ears. Corina, you can close your ribs a little bit. Yeah, there you go. You're overarching before. Nice. Hydra, bend your knees and send your tailbone up towards the sky. A little bit more. Yeah. Bend in that knee and then try to straighten it out a little bit. Bend your knees, look in between your hands, step or jump forward and lift your chest. Ardha Uttanasana. Beautiful. Exhale, fold. Uttanasana. Release your head, gaze nose. Inhale, with the feet on the floor, lift yourself nice and tall. Reach higher, reach higher, reach higher. Exhale, arms by your side, Samasthiti. Nice. Second round. Inhale, bring it up. Urdhva Hastasana. Look up. Exhale, fold from the hips, straight spine, all the way down. Release the head. Nice ollie. Inhale, open your chest. Exhale, hands on the ground, step or jump back and lower down to 90 degrees angle at your elbow. Don't collapse. Nice. Inhale, open your chest. Roll those shoulders back and down. Exhale, lift your hips. 1. Breathe into your Ujjayi breath. 2. We're going to start picking it up. 3. Pernil, your down dog is a bit short. Can you step just slightly back, bend your knees, and send your butt up to the sky? Yeah, better. 4. And 5. Bend your knees. Look where you're going. Inhale, step or jump. Lift your chest. Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, bring it up. All the way up. Urdhva Hastasana. Lift, 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 lift. Exhale, Samasthiti. Third round. In the third round, when you inhale, see if you can start to bend and open your chest like a gentle back bend up here. And then exhale to Uttanasana. Inhale, open your chest, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, jump back, Chaturanga Dandasana. Let's meet in Chaturanga because it's a circus right now. Yes, stay. Stay. Yeah. There we go, everybody's there. Inhale, open the chest. Exhale, lift the hips. Let's synchronize this energy, guys. We're moving together. Very nice. 5 more breaths here. Rolling those shoulders away from the ears. Away, a little bit more shoulders away from the ears. Nice, release your head. Julie. 4. And 5. Bend your knees, look where we're going. See if you can jump in between your hands and lift your chest and Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, bring it all the way up. Go into a back bend, opening the chest. Exhale, bring it all the way down to Uttanasana directly. Inhale, open the chest, lengthen. Exhale, jump back, Chaturanga, and pause at 90. Let's wait for everyone. Yeah! Inhale, upward facing dog, strong legs, belly in. Exhale, hips to the sky, Adho Mukha Svanasana. 5 more breaths, beautiful. Make sure you're spreading your fingers wide on your mat and that the tip of the fingers are active into the ground. Legs are active, navel is in towards the spine. And you are breathing. You are hearing the sound of your Ujjayi breath. Bend your knees, look in between your hands. Inhale, step or see if you can jump or float and lift your chest. Exhale, fold. Uttanasana, nice jump, Holly. Inhale, bring it all the way up. Open the heart, hips slightly forward. And exhale, Uttanasana, last round. Inhale, open the chest. Ardha Uttanasana, look forward. Exhale, hands down, jump back. 90 degrees at your elbows, hold. Chaturanga, everyone together. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Bend your knees. Look in between your hands. Keep your butt high and try to jump in between your feet with your hands with no noise. Lift your chest. Exhale, Uttanasana, head down. Inhale, bring it all the way up to standing. Arch your back a little bit. Open the chest, hips slightly forward. And exhale to Samasthiti. You can have a step back, kind of to the center of your mat. And on the inhale, bend your knees, interlace your fingers, and open the chest. So again, we're going to think about a back bend. So we're opening. So your arms are, if possible, behind your ears or in the same line, depending how tight you are in the shoulders. Right? Look up towards your hand. Press the hands up towards the ceiling. And feel the opening across your shoulders. Squeeze your knees together and let your legs burn. Start to create this inner fire. Just bend your knees a little bit more. Sit back a little bit more. Nice. Good job. And as you exhale, swing forward. And now you interlace your fingers behind your back. Release the head down. Breathe into the shoulders. Your knees can be bent. It's not so important right now. Your ribs can be closer to your thighs. Your head is relaxed. The palms of your hands, if you can, are squeezed together, and you're breathing into the shoulders. On the inhale, release your hands, come to a little chair. Remember that thigh chair that we all love, that we sit very low? Squeeze the knees in, hug everything into the midline. You can again interlace your fingers if you want and push the hands away from you. Let it burn, squeeze it all in, hug it all in. 3, 2, 1. Bring your hands on the ground, come to the tip of your toes, Bakasana, crow pose. See if you can bring your knees to your armpits or your triceps. Shift the weight forward, and maybe your feet become light. If they do, pick them up towards your butt. Round your back, separate your shoulder blades, and come into your pose and hold. You can do it, Hydra. Go again. 3. Yes, Julia, look forward. Lift those feet up towards the butt. More higher, Julia. The feet to the butt, all the way up. Feet to the butt. And shoot back, Chaturanga. Go, Mario. Go. Don't even think about it. Yes. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. From your downward facing dog, step the right foot forward. Keep the left heel up. And lift yourself up. You can bring your hands on your hips. From here, take a moment to just look at me maybe. So you can be like this. I want you to think about bringing the tailbone, not the tailbone, the pubic bone forwards and up to do this movement here, yeah? So usually we're like this. I want you to think about this movement, all right? It's very subtle though, just you can tell. So staying here, think about bringing your tailbone down, pointing to the ground, and your pubic bone forwards and up. You should feel a more intense sensation over here. Yeah, you can play. You disengage that, and then you bring again, tailbone down, pubic bone forwards and up. Yeah? Release that one more time. And for the last time, bring your tailbone down, your pubic bone forwards and up. Now lift your hands, interlace your fingers, and open your chest. Try not to lose that scoop of the tailbone down. Now interlace your hands behind you as you exhale. Inhale, open your chest. Don't lose the scoop. And as you exhale, fold forward into a humble warrior. The right knee is in the right shoulder, is just by the right knee. The hands are pressing together if possible. Nice. 2 more breaths. And on the inhale, bring it back to warrior 1. And on the exhale, open up to warrior 2. Inhale, straighten your front leg. Bring your back hand behind you and see if you can hold on to your thigh or your pants or your shirt, or just keep your hand behind you. As you exhale, lean forward, lean forward, lean forward. And now see if you can bring the tip of your fingers to your shin and open your chest up towards the ceiling, bringing that shoulder back. Nice. Breathe. On the inhale, lift that hand up to the ceiling. On the exhale, bring the hands down and step back. High plank for 4. Round your back, separate your shoulder blades. 3. Stay. 2. Stay. 1. Separate those shoulder blades a little bit more. Who is it? Lola, separate your shoulder blades a little bit more. Yeah, round your upper back. There we go, exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Nice. Now we step the left foot in between the hands. Keep the right heel off the floor. And on the inhale, come with your hand on your hips. Use the hand on your hips or on your belly and your lumbar spine to help you with the scoop, yeah? So tailbone comes down, pubic bone goes forward and up. You lose it for a moment, and then you find it again. And find it again. When you do that, can you guys feel the difference here? Can I see some hands? When you bring the pubic bone forward and up, the tailbone down, it gets more intense here. If you agree with me, lift your hand. Great. Cool, so you guys are doing it right, very good. One more time, scoop, find that scoop, so it's intense right here. Now inhale, lift your arms, interlace your fingers, and now open your chest. Don't lose the scoop, continue to work that tailbone down. Looking slightly up, arms engaged. Beautiful, exhale, interlace the fingers behind your back. Inhale to open the heart, look up. Exhale, humble warrior, bring it down. Left shoulder inside the left knee. Release the head all the way down. Balance is also a bit tricky here, so finding the balance. Engaging your bandhas. And rooting, especially the left foot down for balance. On the inhale, bring it back to warrior one. And exhale to warrior two. Inhale, make your front leg straight. Bring the arm behind you, the back arm behind you. Extend forward and come to a variation of Utthita Trikonasana. Don't collapse forward. Remember, guys, think about leaning back. So you want to really bring that right shoulder, especially back. Don't let too much weight on that left hand. Perhaps only the tip of the fingers. Support yourself by your core. Stay strong. And on the inhale, lift the right arm up to the sky. Exhale, bring the hands down to the ground. Bring that left foot back and come into a high plank. Hold for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, high plank. Aha. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, chaturanga. And lay yourself down with the belly on the ground. Woo! Choose one cheek to be on the ground. Arms by the sides of the body. Top of the hands on the floor. On the inhale, lift up your chest and lift up your legs. So only the back of the hands are on the floor. Roll those shoulders back and down. See if you can bring your feet together. Stay. 3, 2, 1. Exhale, come down. Bring the arms forward, like Superman or Superwoman. On the inhale, lift it up now. The arms, the legs. Yeah, but lift it up using the muscles of your back. So bring your navel in towards your spine, just the navel. And use your back muscles to support you up. Squeeze those legs together. Heels together. 2, 1. Exhale down. Interlace the fingers behind your back. Inhale, lift everything up. Heels together. Navel in towards the spine. Activate the muscles of your back. Arms away from the body. Lift your arms. Lift your arms more. Yeah, Jerome, come on, 2, 1, exhale, bring it down. Bring your hands on your, where you do your chaturangas and upper dogs. And on the inhale, come up to upward facing dog. On the exhale, take it back to child's pose. Active child's pose, arms straight, tip of the fingers on the floor. You're still breathing in Ujjayi, the body's still active. Just one more breath. And on the inhale, come back to all fours. Bring your hands on the ground. High plank. 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, chaturanga. And go all the way down to the ground. Yoo-hoo. Now, I want you to bring the right foot towards the bum and see if you can bring the right hand to hold on to your right foot. Now, remember that tuck, the scoop of the tailbone down and pubic bone forward? I want you to think about doing that here. So as you bring your foot towards your bum, you bring the pubic bone towards the ground and the tailbone down, pointing to your heels. So that same scoop we found standing up, we do it here. Keep working the foot towards the bum and the pubic bone down towards the ground with the tailbone down towards the heel. Beautiful. Release that side. You can bring the right forearm down. Let's hold the left. Left foot towards the bum. And then find that scoop of the pubic bone and tailbone. That should increase the sensation in your thigh. All right, can release that down. We're gonna hold on to both feet. You can hold on to your ankles or top of the feet. And on the inhale, now you're gonna lift everything up. So you want your feet to be away from your body. You want your chest to lift up. You want everything to rise away from the floor. Don't let your legs spread too much, okay? Keep hugging the legs in. Keep hugging, yeah, better, guys, very good. 3, continue to lift, breathe. Breathe in the heart. 2, and 1, release down. One more time, bring your hands in Chaturanga up dog position. On the inhale, lift yourself up. And now bring your feet towards your head and your head towards your feet. Keep the navel in and up towards the spine. Open that heart, Ollie. Roll those shoulders back and down, Ollie. Yeah. Very nice. And exhale, child's pose. Slowly start to roll up vertebrae by vertebrae. Our next pose is candle pose. So if you have sensitive knees, you can put a towel or you can fold your mat. Anything that will cushion your knees up a little bit more. Okay. We're gonna do 3 rounds of camel. You can choose which variations you want, okay? I'm gonna show you from least intense to more intense. The least intense, where I recommend everyone to start, is here, bringing the hands to the hips, keeping the hands on the hips. On the inhale, lift the chest, open, create space in the body, and as you exhale, start to bring your hips forward, your chest up. Look up.
Keep your hands on your hips. The hands help to press the hips forward. Remember that scoop, tailbone down? Find that tailbone down. Now, tailbone down. 2 more breaths. Keep lifting the chest. Keep scooping that tailbone down. Inhale to bring the chest up all the way. Exhale to sit on your heels. Please do not go into child's pose until you're done with all your rounds, okay? If that was quite intense for you, please repeat that one. If you think you have a little bit more space to explore, we move forward. The second variation, you tuck your toes. Again, use the inhale to lengthen and lift, create space. And as you exhale, bring the hips forward, and maybe you feel comfortable to bring your hands on your heels. Continue to press the hips forward, the chest up, and scoop the tailbone down. Pubic bone forward and up. Open the heart. Decide what you want to do with your head. You can drop it all the way back, or you can support it or look forward. Breathe into the heart center. Try to come up, both hands at the same time. Inhale, lift up. Nice. Exhale, sit down. Beautiful. We go to our third variation where your top of the feet are on the floor. All right? So if you feel again that you can explore, you go to the third option. If not, you just repeat any of the two we did. Inhale, come up. So now the top of the feet are down. So now your heels are more away from your hands. Okay? Let's use that inhale to lift, to grow tall, to create space in the spine. And the exhale brings the hips forwards. And if you can reach, bring the hands on your heels. Continue to lift the chest up. You can drop the head back if it's comfortable for you. Keep working that hips forward. Keep working the tailbone down. Hips forward. Stay 3. Nice. Stay 2. Nice, Lola. Nice, Julia. And 1. See if you can come up at the same time. Both hands. Use your legs and bring them up. And exhale. Sit down. Amazing. You can remove and come into child's pose. Let's take those nice breaths into the lower back. Beautiful, rolling up vertebrae by vertebrae. Bring your hands on the floor, tuck your toes and push back to a downward facing dog. From here you have 2 options. You drop the knees down and you go into a headstand, or the preparations of headstand. If you study with me, you know them. If headstand is not for you, shoulder stand is another option. And if inversions are not for you today, you have the option to lay down, and you can bring those cushions or blocks or pillows, whatever you manage to gather, behind your shoulder blades. And I want you to lay opening your heart like this. Okay, so you guys have 3 options. Headstand, shoulder stand,
and supported fish pose to choose from.
Please only do headstand if it's in your practice and you know what you're doing, because I cannot really assist so much headstand from here.
Nice. Ollie, see if you can close your legs. Bring your legs together and shoulder stand, point your toes. Very good. Maybe you can bring your elbows closer in towards each other. Yeah. Nice. If you up in headstand, you can close your ribs a little bit more and think about your tailbone going towards your feet. Nice variations, Julia. Good job, guys. I'm not gonna count. I want you to count your last 5 breaths and then come down. If you're coming down from your headstand, you can stay in child's pose. If you're coming down from your shoulder stand, do a counter pose, a fish pose, bringing the top of the head down. Nice, Ollie. So take a counter stretch to the top of the head down. Beautiful, everyone. Let's meet. For those that are doing counter pose, you can release and go into child's pose. From child's pose, start to roll vertebrae by vertebrae up. Then invite the hips to slide over to the left side. Bring the legs in front of you. And bring the feet on the ground, your hands and arms in front of you, and relay that. 4, 3, 2, and 1. You are laying on the ground. You bring your knees in towards your chest. Release the shoulders down. Open your arms shoulder height. Invite both legs to fall over to the right side and gaze over your left shoulder. Relax the body completely. On the inhale, bring it back up to center. And exhale, take it to the opposite side. See if there's anything in your body that can release a little bit more in this twist. In the following inhale, bring your legs back to center. Hug your knees once again. You can roll side to side. If there's anything you feel that your body needs before Shavasana, please do that. If you need to get blankets, ideally you have something to cover your eyes or your body. And we will enter our Shavasana. So at your own time, spreading the legs, spreading the arms away from the body.
Covering up your body or your eyes if needed. You can bring those cushions you use under your knees also if it's quite intense for your lower back at this time. Remember that scoop of the tailbone? Try to do it again. You can bring your feet down on the ground, bending your knees, and then scoop pubic bone forwards and up as you lengthen your tailbone down. Nice. And then you release the legs back down. Beautiful. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Open your mouth. Let it out. You can do that a few more times if it's for you. Letting go of any sort of control now. Allow the breath to be. Allow the body to simply be. Removing ourselves from out of the way so that the yoga can do its part. Slowly starting to take deep breaths back into the body. If you have the time and you want to, please remain in your Shavasana and enjoy for as long as you want. If you do need to move on with your day, start to invite gentle movements, slow motion, anything that feels good for you. Please do not open your eyes. Keep the gaze inwards. Take a moment to simply sit with the results of your practice. To invite the awareness to rest in our heart center. Perhaps you can feel a little bit more freedom of breath in the heart center after all these openings. Maybe there's more space to breathe deeply. And invite the hands to come together in front of these hearts so that we can unite all of our hearts everywhere around the world. May all beings be happy and free. I dedicate this practice to each and every one of you and to the happiness of all beings with no exception. Thank you very much for joining me today. Namaste. Let me see these faces. Nice. You guys feeling good? Is it late at night for anyone there? No. No. No one's at night. Cecilia? No, it's not late for you there. Zoe? It's not nighttime for you guys? If it's nighttime, maybe you do a little bit more yin and stuff because we did a lot of heart openings, okay, and uplifting. So if you have a day ahead of you, you're ready. But if you are ready to sleep, then you might want to do some forward folds and close it back in, okay? Yeah, it was lovely to see some old faces back here in my screen, some students from a long time, some new faces too today. Lola, João, I don't think you guys ever joined us before. So please, if you enjoyed the class, send me a message so I know it's working. You know, this online world is very different. So let me know your feedback, anything, any requests you have. And thank you so much for joining me. And I'll see you all next week, hopefully at the same time, same place. All right. Have a beautiful day, guys. Let me try to unmute you guys. Bye-bye. No. Mm-hmm. Hi, sweetie pie. Wow. Pretty crazy. Hydra, you still there? No, Hydra left.